Welcome to Vegas Circle with Pocky and Chris. Today joining the circle with us at Boutique Exchange for episode 28. And we got the artist and songwriter, Mr. James Kaye. So just a quick background, it's kind of funny how we connected. One of our previous episodes, we were looking for a song for one of our promo videos for a friend of ours, Coco Vinny. And we found your single, Coconuts, that hit, it just popped for us. And nice. Then my wife ended up looking you up, checking the album out, and now we're here, man.
That's
so
awesome.
Welcome, man. Welcome to the circle.
Thank you, man. Thank you guys for having me.
For the listeners that don't know you, who is James Kaye?
I'm an artist. I'm a songwriter. I'm someone that, kind of looked at life at an early age as something that should be, you should just do what you want to do in life, and I was always very, very big on that. And I think as a kid, having older brothers and a dad that was a business owner, I always saw life as something like, damn, like I could really carve out my own lane in this thing, And I think early on, I think that made me a little different, and I didn't ever know what I was going to do. I didn't even get into music till I was like 17, 18 years old. Okay. And, a lot of people that I know are like, playing piano when they're 10 and stuff. I wasn't doing any of that. I was playing sports. But it just kept, no matter what I was doing, music was always there. And I ended up just turning into this thing where I get to hang out with my friends and be with around amazing people and do stuff like this with you guys. And
where did you grow up at?
So I was born in Santa Barbara.
Okay.
My parents met in Santa Barbara, California. I have 3 brothers, so all 4 of us right there. And I grew up in Ojai, California. It's a real small town just outside of Ventura. Okay. And we moved to San Luis Obispo, and then now I live in LA.
Okay.
And you say you didn't get into music until you were 18, you didn't play nothing?
Nothing.
So literally what got you into it at that point is kind of a late start.
Yeah, I think, ever since I was a kid, I was always singing, and I was the youngest, so I was always entertaining people and doing funny stuff. And when I was 17, 18, we kind of started out, actually started out as an MC, so I'll just be freestyling with my friends, and it just kind of, we made a few songs one day, kind of just messing around, put it on a CD, started passing out, people like, yo, this is crazy, that's you, damn, and I kind of had a sort of a different voice, because at the time, I got hit in I had a throat injury, I got hit, so I had this crazy, raspy voice. People are like, oh, your voice is sick, and I was like, damn, this is a whole different
thing. I thought you were going to do the DMX. Yeah,
this is a
MC.
whole different, exactly.
Yeah, that's cool.
And girls and stuff was I could sing, and so I was like, damn, I'm gonna start doing this.
So you do it from that moment on?
I was like,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Something hit the spell, man.
For sure.
Ladies usually do that too. Will get you in trouble.
Most people get into it for that.
Yeah, people argue that that's what we do everything for.
100%. 100%. So you had an album out right now, and it's called Coconut, correct?
Yeah, it's called Coconut. Okay. Coconut EP.
Okay. Oh, so it's an EP
Yeah, 7 songs.
7 songs, okay. And so I heard Coconut, and then I saw you work with a lot of people, man. I saw you did a single with Dj Pauly D.
That's right.
That's fire too, man.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, I heard it.
That's kind of back to my little more hip hop stuff. But,
okay.
It was crazy how that came about too. But I can't. It's so funny when I was I just woke up on one day and saw that you guys posted that on Instagram.
Yeah.
I think that's what it comes down to and comes back to is always betting on yourself, It's I could have just seen that and been like, oh cool, share, whatever, But instead I'm like, damn, this is for me it was like a sign, damn, I gotta reach out to these guys. I reached out to Coco Vinny.
Yep.
My friend was like, oh, we're gonna be in Vegas, so I'm like, damn, you know what? I'm gonna just take this as an opportunity, as a sign, reach out to you guys, reach out to him, ended up meeting with him. We're gonna do some stuff, now meeting you guys. It's just always betting on yourself, and going for it like that.
You can see that's what it's all about, man. You never know when it's gonna happen, and speaking it into existence for sure. So that's powerful, man. So you never, when Chris was talking about it earlier, so you never had or are you working with vocal coaches and things like that, or
not really.
You just gifted?
I just kind of got into it, man, and it's just, another thing having that competitive nature from sports. I just always wanted to, obviously be better than everyone else, especially as an MC. It's I want to just be the dopest, but really just in life for me now, being a little bit older and it's always so easy to compare, oh, what's this guy doing, what's that guy doing, but it's damn, today and every day from here on out, it's how do I just earn a small win every day, and just that small incremental positive growth where I can just be better than I was yesterday, so always working on the craft, trying to get better, working with as many people as I can, that's what it's all about for me.
What would you say your style of music is?
It's shifted a lot over the years, but like right now as it sits, it's like kind of really just like R&B, pop. Like my friend was saying, he's like, he was explaining me to like a girl like this week, and he's like the new Justin Timberlake with an island vibe. And she's like, oh, and I was like, I'm gonna use that.
Cause you got that, you had that soul vibe, man. I got that, and I got that that Justin Timberlake kind of vibe. But I don't never like putting anybody in that particular vibe, because you have your own lane,
right?
You know, but you definitely got that soulfulness
for
sure.
Man.
That's why I was trying to figure out where you were from. So I'm like, is he from down south, or where's he from?
Yeah, I'm from Cali, man. But it's funny because my mom, she kind of, you know, she grew up in Arizona. My dad's folks are from Boston, and
oh, is that right?
Yeah,
okay, what part of Boston?
I don't know exactly, but I know like my great aunt had a house in Cape Cod.
Okay, I know. Yeah, I know the area. My brother's wife's family from that area, so yeah, that's good.
So just probably some weird little dialect from that. And my mom was a teacher in Texas, so you know, when she was growing up, so.
So with you performing and everything, and I saw you've done some stuff here in Vegas too, man. I saw you popping.
Yeah, we did Dre's. We did Dre's. That was a whole nother level, man.
Did you do that with Pauly D?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
Yeah.
Do you feel the pressure of being on stage with that many people, or?
You know what? It's a whole different thing. Like I would rather perform like. For me, like karaoke is like the hardest thing. It's like I'm like nervous doing that. Like, with like 10 people, I'm like, oh no, like I picked the wrong song. Like they're not gonna like me. I'm gonna miss these notes. Like whatever, you know. But like bigger crowds like that usually like gets to a point you get up there and I'm just like you just kind of zone out.
Yeah, with the energy.
You can't. You're so nervous and you're just like, damn, okay, like it's pretty much just like sink or swim right now. So like. That's what I always do is like go up and just go as hard as I can. You know?
Did you have to work towards that, or something you always kind of from the first time you were able to?
I had a lot of bad shows. I had a lot of bad shows, and even when I was like 18, 19, first getting into it, and you know I couldn't get in the bars, couldn't get booked. We started kind of throwing our own shows, and we sort of linked up with this promoter who he was like one of these janky promoter pay to play guys. You know, he'd bring out like some rapper from the Bay and put 10 guys on and make everyone buy tickets or whatever. So you like that's the hustle. You like buy this many tickets, whatever. But we had a PA system, me and my boy at the time. So he'd be like, "All right, you guys can perform if I get to use your sound system." Like, cool. But we'd always have to go first. So you know what? So like I always tell new artists, dude, it's like go first. Do it a lot, move around. Don't just do the same venue, because those awkward moments of starting off a concert when no one cares about you, no one wants to see you, your music isn't good, like that is going to make you as a performer.
So how do you keep the determination going after you hit those bad shows and just keep grinding it out? That seems tough. You
just got to love it. I mean, that's what I hear from, like, I've got to meet some pretty cool artists, and I remember I met the guy from Zion, and Zumbi, I think is his name, and he's a rapper from the Bay Area, and we were backstage one time I was opening up for him, and he's like, dude, you just have to love it. You know, there's no way you can do anything great or anything special like this, where you get to follow your dreams and passion like that, unless you just absolutely love it. And that just like stuck with me, you know.
It's like that sports, because you get those endorphins and that high,
dude.
And it's
you can't get away from it.
I can't even imagine. I've never performed like that before, so I can't even imagine what that's like. That's good stuff. So, what do you enjoy most about performing?
I mean, everyone loves attention, you know.
Of course,
what I mean? So usually, what I've been getting into more now is like trying to like wear like different clothes and stuff to really kind of just make it like pop, and like now with like my team, we're called our company's called Longhaul.
I saw that. Longhaul Music Group. Okay.
And it's basically just like us as a collective. Like we're all artists, but we all have a role, you know, as part of the team as well. And it's just like we're just trying to do this forever, you know, for the long haul. So
that's what's up.
Now what we're getting into with these different shows is like, how can we make it more than just a rap show, more than just a concert? Like, how do we make it a production? You know, and now we're getting into different things, doing antics on stage, or having something like some special guest or whatever, just different things. Like, so I'm really dialing, like, that is a really fun thing for me now.
How many guys you got with you?
On any given night, there's like 8 or 10 of us.
Probably, so you got a group,
So you're traveling around, you get to go with your whole group of friends then?
Pretty much, like we're all out here right now.
That's what's up.
And like basically, Sean Ross, he's my producer, engineer. I've known him since he was 9 years old.
Oh, that's what's up.
My boy Win, him and I started Longhaul together in 2010.
Okay.
That's after we met, just like at some junior college. We were like both sitting in the back of the class, like this ain't gonna work, you know.
Yeah.
So so him, my boy Hal Fly, we've known each other about 6-7 years now.
That's excellent.
We signed an artist who became one of my best friends named Cody Balboa, about 4 years ago, and DJ Sevens, my boy Nige, who I've been friends with since I was 15.
That's what's up. Yeah.
You know, so
you got the whole
yeah,
squad there.
Everybody's invested in your success.
Yeah, and everybody's a little bit different too. You know, we all come from different walks of life, and we all kind of have a different story. And so, I think that's another thing that keeps me going. I think, you feed off each other. Like, if you guys didn't have each other, like, man, do I want to do a podcast today? And
you got to keep
like,
the
no,
energy
we got
up.
one on Sunday. We got to do it. So.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's true. And I love the name and how you broke that down, the Longhaul. So that makes a lot of sense. A lot of thoughts on it. And then you guys actually have a studio, Longhaul, and that's in Hollywood,
in
right?
North Hollywood, yeah.
In North Hollywood. How long have you guys been there?
We've been open, like, as a business for about 3.5 years.
Okay.
But it's funny because, like, we didn't even plan to really do that. It was just we were spending so much money renting studios out just to work.
I can't even,
Because we were, like, working at Sean's apartment, and it was like, damn, like, the neighbors knocking. And
Of
then
course.
We're trying to meet people. Oh, we're in LA now. Like, hey, come to the studio. And it's, like, the closet, And we're like, So we were renting studios. We're like, damn, man, $300 a night. Like, we do this once a week. That's $1,200 a month. Like, we might as well just get a spot. So then it kind of turned into this business because Sean is so talented as an engineer that, like, at first we're like, damn, if we just get all our homies to pitch in like $40-$50, whatever, we'll be able to pay this rent.
That's true.
And then all of a sudden it was like, damn, people want to actually pay us to do this. And, like, I've developed as a producer and arranging and songwriting and working with other artists, and that's been another cool thing about just being in LA, how many creative people are there, man.
For sure. Who have you actually worked with?
So my first kind of like sort of entrance into, like, I guess, like, I'm really doing this kind of as a guy named Shwazy. He had a big song, a couple big songs called Corona and Lime. And,
you know him? Okay.
Buzzin'. Him and Cisco Adler, like, really did some big songs in, like, 2008, 9, 10, kind of around there.
Okay.
So I got introduced to him through, like, a local promoter, opened up a show for him in Slow. Ended up kind of traveling with him a little bit. Doing Santa Barbara, Santa Ana, San Diego, Santa Cruz. And kind of getting my feet wet with that and kind of seeing, like, damn, this fool really has 800 people out here singing his songs,
That's what's up.
And I was opening for him, and it was clear that I could kind of hold my own a little bit too with songs that people didn't even know. And this guy's getting, like, free Patron and Coronas every night. I mean, me and my DJ at the time, we were like, damn, dude, like, it's like, I don't think I could have another Corona in live ever again, dude. And one time we were backstage, like, man, thanks for all this. We're, like, drinking, having, like, girls back and stuff. And he's like, oh, so you guys are the ones drinking all my beers.
Just take it. That's good, man. But it all starts somewhere, man. That's beautiful, man.
Yeah, and then, just mostly my friends, honestly, like the guys I mentioned. But then there's a guy named Huey Mack, who's from West Virginia. He's kind of like another one of those kind of white boy, like, rappers, from the East Coast that sort of had their time. Like, he worked a lot with a guy named Mike Stud, who's just another guy that kind of in the scene. And
he can spit, though?
Yeah, he can rap. Oh, for sure.
Okay.
And it was cool because him and Sean connected on Twitter, and he liked his beats, so they did a couple songs, and then Sean was like, hey, like, check out this song. And he was like, damn, like, let me get this record for my album, So, like, I ended up having 4 cuts on his album. This was in, like, 2015, I think, 16. So, like, right before I moved to LA. And all of a sudden, I got people reaching out for me all over the country, like, damn, I heard you on Huey's project. It actually went top 10 on iTunes.
That's what's up. Okay.
Yeah, so I was like, damn, like, I got a top 10 album on iTunes, hip-hop, like.
That's fire, man. A lot of people can't do that.
Yeah, and it was like, damn, and between Sean, Wynn, and myself, we had 7 songs on the 10-song album.
Oh, wow.
Jesus, yeah.
Was that the moment that you knew, like, this was going to happen?
I was like, damn, like, these are dudes that are touring all over the country, like, that are not only just like, okay, like, yeah, you can open for me, but, like, I need this record for my album.
And there's so many musicians with SoundCloud and everything, and you just said it. I mean, that's unbelievable success to even be able to cut through that.
Yeah,
such a saturated market. It's tough
crazy
to get through to that.
And I think that's what it just speaks a lot to what Huey's done, like, as an artist, as an independent artist, like, really just creating your lane. Like, he created his own lane, like his own wave, his own fans that are going to support him,
So that's real organic growth.
Yeah.
I've seen, And I've seen so many artists do that. Like one of the main artists that I follow that I love is Ryan Leslie.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
on the business side.
Oh,
you know,
man.
with the superphone and I didn't realize, I mean, how many people he touched from, you know, obviously from 50 to Nipsey to all these different people that kind of ran that pattern. And
Yeah.
And you said it. You said you were sick of, you know, spending the money on your recording studio. Like, we just bring this home, you know. And I saw what he was doing with, you know, with building his own brand and building his own music. Now you can't even get his music on iTunes and stuff. So it's unbelievable. And I'm seeing another artist, Mos Def, is doing that now.
Yeah.
Where Mos Def, you can't even get his new album. You have to go to an art studio or something to hear it.
Oh, I remember, yeah.
Yeah, it just came out. Yeah.
I got an email, I think it was a couple of years ago, like, you had to, like, go on his website, put it in your email, then you got a link.
To get there. That seems like a lot of work, the hurdles to get there to get an album, though.
But they want the control.
Yeah, if you think about it, like, there's a guy named, that's cool that you mentioned Ryan Leslie, because, I mean, that dude's just, like,
he's a beast, man. He's a beast.
Like, there's a guy named Charlie Rocket.
I don't know him.
So he goes by Charlie Rocket, and, you know, he kind of, like, was part of sort of breaking Soulja Boy. He had like a blog, early days in Atlanta, like a hip hop blog. And he was like one of the first like guys. Like he went with Soulja Boy on his first tour, filming him. And, And he ended up being like 2 Chainz's manager and managed Travis Porter and some other guys like that.
A lot of
and he just dropped a podcast. Or it's not even a podcast, it's like an app now. It's called, he's really into quantum physics.
Oh my goodness.
And it's called Quantacopia.
Jeez, yeah.
And
just a brain.
Yeah, and so it's like it's a phone number. You go into the phone number. He sends you this link. He calls it the pink door. You go through this secret portal, and then you can only get content there.
That's wild.
They're figuring out a way to control, and I understand it because I mean with the music industry robbing a lot of what
royalties
you do.
to everybody.
Yeah,
you have to get your way to make your money.
Yeah, and he was just talking about it's really cool. I'll share it with you guys afterwards. It's like it's really cool how he's doing it. Just trying to create kind of a space of just more higher frequency content, you know?
Makes sense.
When I'm scrolling on Instagram, it's like I might see something really inspiring, and the next thing is like a bum fight, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm just like, it's really hard to get like remain positive and
in that energy.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, we definitely got to talk about that because that's the one thing that drives me crazy about a lot of the social media is like you want to sound a lot of things because you want to keep your mind and it can make you go crazy. So it's unbelievable. So with you, so you considered an independent artist or you signed? So you're signed to your own label?
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Do you find that difficult to push your music out there to different platforms?
Absolutely.
And control everything?
Absolutely, yeah. It's very tough, like you said. How do you break through? You know, so I think you know, there's a lot of different opinions on how it should be done. You know, some guys think they should just do antics on the gram, and other guys, you know, like spend a lot of money on marketing. You know, there's different ways to do it, but I think it has to start with great music.
What would you say your main focus and drive is right now?
Right now, like I said, today I just want to be better than I was yesterday.
That's good.
And we have some goals for the team for the year, as far as concerts.
Okay.
We're trying to sell a certain amount of tickets this year.
Sure.
And you know, in our hometown, like our goal in September is to be like at the biggest venue on the coast.
Perfect.
And that'll be
in LA or?
No, in Slow.
In Slow? Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But that's just like one small, very achievable thing that we all know if we put all our energy into this thing, we can do it.
That's perfect.
And by the end of the year, we do that, we're going to be looking like very good.
Setting that foundation.
You know, you see more and more people become independent and having success through that, even though it is way more difficult to kind of go through that avenue. What do you think the people are choosing to go independent versus, you know, getting signed and trying to cut that middleman stuff out?
I think it's kind of a necessity.
Yeah.
You know, like for us, it's like, you know, some white guy from Slow trying to rap. It's like it was never.
You couldn't get that light.
Yeah, no one's really interested in that. No one's checking for that. You know, and I think that's how it is everywhere now. And unless you now, like, because we've met with every label, and even on the songwriting tip, like, you know, submitting records for other artists or submitting records for Sync or whatever, and we're in all these different buildings, you know, like in that route, production and songwriting, placements, that type of thing. And they're really only looking for artists that have already achieved certain numbers, you know, because that's
it's almost like that Master P. Like
that's when they can get in.
Yeah,
they can get in, and you know, at a time where it's like they can, you know, invest whatever, a couple $100,000 and make money right away, you know.
So what do you want your own personal brand to represent?
For me, James Kaye is like, Well, I was joking with Sean. I was like, I'm the 2020 Jimmy Buffett.
There you go. Okay. Why you say that?
Because it's like when you come to my show, man, like that's why I linked with Vinny so well. We clicked because it's like I've been putting my name on coconuts and having him at the shows.
That's hilarious.
And I want people when they leave to be like, damn, that was like a tropical vacation. You know? Like drinking a coconut, having a rum, hanging out with your friends. Like even when we do shows as a crew, it's always like just good vibes. Like always, even and this is like we got like people from all walks of life, you know, college kids to street dudes, like all in the same building, laughing, having a good time. Because we just like to party, have a good time. Yeah. And like everybody knows that we're about like pushing this vision, and it's something that people I feel like being a part of,
Do you find a lot more people just because of the internet and everything that's going on? They still need that recorded studio. They still need that master. They still need that perfection. You know what I mean? Versus just, like you said, being in an apartment or a house or whatever. Do you find a lot more people reaching out even more now because it's so flooded, with the market?
Yeah. I mean, I think, like any business, it's like, it's going to be competitive, this, that, and the third. But the quality will always stand out. The cream will always rise to the top. So as we've gotten better and done good work for different people, like more people will reach out, and even though you can have your own setup now for very cheap if you're getting started, and that's what I would recommend if you're just getting started. Like, don't spend $500 with us. Like, go spend $500, get a little mic, interface, record at your house, figure out your sound, like how you're gonna actually approach this whole thing first. Then when you have some records that are like, damn, this one's kind of good, like out of all the 10 that you made, everyone says this one, then come record that one with us.
That's powerful. So you're getting them right,
You know what I mean?
Yeah. What would you say your top favorite artists are?
I love Kehlani.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you like about her?
Just like R&B.
Okay. Yeah.
I love R&B, and when I first discovered her, I think one of her songs, it was one of her first songs, it's called... I don't know, can I cuss on here?
Of course.
Oh, yeah, it's called Fuck With You, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. And it had like a couple 100,000 views, and she was like dancing, and she was young, and I'm like, damn, this girl's gonna be huge.
Yeah, she was.
It's like in 2014, and I just saw her Spotify recap. This year she had like 800 million streams.
Dang.
Yeah, just on Spotify.
That's unbelievable.
And I was like, damn, I thought I was the only one. Like, she was my top streamed artist this year. So like her, Tiana Taylor. I love Ty Dolla $ign.
Yeah.
I love Nipsey's albums.
Nipsey a beast, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much West Coast stuff.
All the West Coast, yeah. See, I'm an
East
Coast. I'm a Midwest guy. But I love East Coast music too. But you're right. I mean, Nipsey. It's kind of funny. Not now that he's passed, but I remember I was talking to these guys at the barbershop, and I'm like, I couldn't. And this was years ago. And I'm like, I didn't realize how talented Nipsey was, man.
Dude.
I didn't all the things he was using. I mean, the words he was using, everything, man. It was a trip.
Yeah.
He was using his words, unbelievable.
Yeah, I feel like it gave him a lot of shine after he passed away, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, yeah. It's unbelievable.
So many messages there, though,
Yeah, but positive.
That's what I loved about. I still listen to like Tupac, and I'm just like, damn, like, this fool was.
Poetry.
25 when he died. He was 25 when he died. Like,
Poetry. Yeah.
I just saw it this morning. I was actually walking to the Hard Rock, and they have his clothes.
Yeah, you're right.
There.
Inside there, inside the hotel.
Like a pair of shoes, his jeans, and the shirt he was wearing when he stomped that dude out right before he was going to show. I was just like, damn, this guy really changed the world.
At 25.
At 25.
That's the part that's crazy.
And now that I just turned 30, and now I'm like, damn, I'm still listening to this guy. Like, this guy's like my big brother,
Yeah. He's been around our whole life.
Exactly. And so, he's definitely my favorite rapper growing up.
For sure.
I think now, too, Drake. Drake is probably will go down as one of the best rappers of all time.
His consistency is ridiculous.
Dude, I mean, he's been on the charts for 10 years.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh my God.
I was seeing him recently. I mean, with him and 40? 40 is what? Ridiculous. What they've done with the same team, it's unbelievable.
And every time he comes out with a new CD, this one has to be trash. And
it is still fire.
Great.
Yeah.
He's always right on with the new wave, now he's up with really on the UK stuff, and that stuff's so hot right now, Skepta and stuff like that. But did you guys watch the interview that he did with?
I finished about half of it. Yeah, I finished about half of it.
Yeah, it moves slow.
It's long. It's a long interview.
Yeah, it's low energy, but in the gym I listen to it. It's just. He doesn't do a lot of interviews too, so to hear him talk is interesting.
What I always pay attention, just like when listening to yourself, is it's the mindset. Like you were just saying, living that own moment type of setup. And so with Drake, like you said, I'm always just trying to pick, okay, how is he moving? How is he thinking the way that he's doing? And obviously a strategist, and that's how he's figuring it out.
For
so
sure.
that's unbelievable. So who would you like to work with in the future?
Drake,
Of course.
Kehlani,
Yeah.
Ty Dolla $ign.
Yeah.
There's this new artist named Wolf Tyler. She's
I don't know
really
Wolf Tyler,
dope.
okay.
She's like
Where's she
she's
from?
like half African American, half Korean. I think she's from.
So she got to be beautiful.
She's very beautiful. I think she's from. I don't know where she's from.
I have to look her up. I'm not.
She's really
I'm not-
dope. She's got like, it's so crazy. She's doing like this like kind of like trap like sort of vibe, but like on
Okay.
like 80s drums. It's weird. Like the drums
Okay.
are like very like 80s style.
Check her
It's
out.
interesting. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, check her out.
And then like different rappers I'd probably like love to work with too. You
Yeah.
know, like I'm a huge fan of like Dom Kennedy. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
just like random stuff like that. More just like things
Yeah.
like that.
That's what's up, man. And everything is changing now, man. So it's unbelievable with the beats. But I like seeing the MCs. So it's
For
hopefully
sure.
it'll change in 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's room for everything, man. Like that's
It
what's
is.
cool now is like the people are allowed to pick. More music is being consumed today than ever.
100%.
You know, and more music is being released now than ever. And
It
it's
is.
like I think there's something like 350 million users on Spotify right now.
250 million?
350 million.
Jeez.
And they expect it like when it's all said and done to be like 4 billion.
Oh, wow.
So it's like if you're an artist right now getting into recording music, even for you guys, putting your stuff up on Spotify, like I
Yeah,
mean,
we're
more
on
people
that,
are
which
listening.
is great, yeah.
More people are listening to podcasts more than ever. Like
Yeah.
you asked somebody 10 years ago, like listen to a podcast, like you're a nerd. You know what I mean?
Didn't understand.
Now it's like the coolest thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's because it's the organicness
So
of
dope.
being able. You cut all the BS out and you're able to talk direct to consumer. I mean, there's no
dope.
BS. Yeah, it's direct.
Mhm.
So that's awesome, man. So just kind of switching a little bit, talking about Vegas. What do you like about Vegas?
Man, what's not to like?
Yeah.
It's funny, like when I was a kid, like my parents, like, oh, Vegas, it's so smoky and, whatever. They don't gamble, they're pretty conservative and
Yeah.
stuff like that. They don't like to stay out late party. And I'm like, oh, now I'm kind of seeing it like, what? This is crazy,
Yeah.
man. This is
Gets
great.
you in trouble. Yeah.
And I was just talking to my friend last night. We were walking down the street, having a drink. Like, we just drink tequila, and we're like having a drink. I'm like,
That
You know
sounds
what?
dangerous. You
I'm
say
like-
you just drink tequila.
Yeah, we just-
and I'm like, no, I'm like, you know what? I think it's actually, I'm like, I don't, for people walking around drinking in the streets, I'm not seeing anything, like, no
Crazy.
problems.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And he was like, you know what? It's probably because if you can have a drink walking down the street, you're not like getting faded at the house right before you go out.
Yeah.
Like, on the road doing dumb stuff. Like,
Hmm.
it's just like, or whatever. So
I think the thing about this trip is they're so quick to react. So as soon as there's a conflict, within like 15
Yeah,
seconds,
yeah.
you're somebody's coming
Yeah.
after you. It's
everybody's kind of like, okay, I better be like cool out here.
Yeah.
I got a drink. I'm gonna just chill.
Because they're going to yoke you up. You will
Yeah,
be-
they will. Quick.
Yeah.
Like playing blackjack and like going all to the different clubs and like there's people from all over the world coming in every day. I just drove past the new Raiders Stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just about to be cracking.
That Raiders Stadium is about to be
Bro.
ridiculous.
It's quick how fast they put it
Yeah,
up.
ridiculous.
I know. We were here in April for the Dre's thing,
Okay.
and it was just like wood, and now I come
Yeah.
and it's like it's beautiful.
It's going to be probably one of the best stadiums
I think
out.
it is, yeah. Right now they have it listed, I think it's the number one in the league.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be powerful. And then the nights too. I mean, we just went to one of the nights games. And I don't even like hockey.
That's what I heard.
It's
going off.
It's ridiculous. The energy in there. So
Mhm.
it's Vegas is the place to be. So we excited
Yeah.
for that. So,
And I mean, you guys like doing this out here. I haven't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just heard about you through that thing, but now
Yeah.
paying attention, it's like, man, the sky's the limit.
yeah, we've been moving, man.
Yeah,
we've been
especially
moving.
that-
Great city.
Plugged in with the NFL too.
Yeah, with Steve
And-
Jackson's
yeah.
good brother, man. Real good brother.
So it's like, man,
Yeah, we got a lot
exciting.
of things happening, man.
It's
We got a lot of
exciting.
things lined up, so we don't want to say yet, but
for sure.
it's gonna be a good 2020.
Yeah.
We always ask everybody about restaurants. So what's your favorite restaurant in Vegas? Man, you got a chance to eat, or you?
Dude, I'm get a BLT and just keep it moving.
You
type
smart.
of
You
guy,
keep
you
your
know what I
money,
mean?
man. You keep
Yeah,
your
just
money.
keep them else, $50. Oh, you know what? We went to the Gordon Ramsay.
Oh,
burger
which
place,
one?
you
Oh,
know?
Burger Spot?
The
Yeah.
burger spot. It was cool,
Yeah.
just that experience and
Yeah.
you know.
That's a good spot, though.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
cool. I'm pretty regular type of dude. Like, give me a steak and eggs, and I'm
You
good,
ready to go.
But,
I saw you was doing your little chef stuff online, man. So can you
man,
burn
yeah,
or what?
Yeah, for sure. I could put some things together.
Yeah, I saw it.
And
Okay.
barbecue is my thing.
Okay.
We grew up, on the Central Coast.
Uh-huh.
I'm from. It's called Santa Maria style barbecue,
Okay.
and it's one of the first places. I think that the tri-tip
Okay.
actually was like originated there, and guys cooking on a open flame.
It's from there.
Oak wood,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Apparently, like on a steel grill, open flame, oak wood. But yeah, I can do some things.
Okay, I saw you.
I can do some
Yeah, I
things
saw
on
you. I said,
barbecue.
okay, you can do this thing.
For sure.
So I know you. How do you feel about the music industry and it's changing so fast with streaming? Do you think something else is going to open up, or you think the streaming is where?
I mean,
it's interesting.
Like I said, I think if you're getting into recording music right now, especially if it's good, sky's the limit.
Yeah.
For sure with streaming. And who knows where it's going to land, where it's going to fall. Right now, Spotify has the most amount of users. Apple's like always trying to figure out how to come up. But I don't know. It's so cool because now like with the super phones and different stuff like that, it's like if you got 1,000 people, you know, that are going to support you every time you drop something or every time you put something out, like, or even like a subscription model or something like that. Like, you know, I was talking with a friend. I was saying like, what if Russ? You know, you guys know the artist Russ. He's just this like kid. He's just like did it like
he does all his own stuff.
It's crazy. He like makes
he's the first person I was
produces.
thinking of when you were talking about.
Yeah, and he'll do like 20,000 tickets in Qatar and stuff like that. Or like he was in Saudi Arabia, 20,000 tickets, no openers.
Wow.
Hard tickets. And it's like, dude, like what's that? Like a $40 ticket times 20,000 or something. Like,
and he's over there in Qatar, which is
like $1 million in Saudi Arabia. You know, something like that. One show. I'm just like, what? So he ended up doing a partnership deal with I think Columbia.
Okay.
A year and a half, 2 years ago. Basically, he said he broke it down one time. He's like, just to like basically get the radio, because it's really hard to break into radio as an independent artist. Like P1 national radio, you could spend $100,000 and still not touch as many people as you want, you know. But I was thinking like, man, what if he's probably one of the only artists right now who could like pull all his music down, do a subscription model where like you pay $9.99 a month just to listen to Russ,
and it would work.
I mean, think if you had 100,000 people doing that.
Yeah,
like,
that's crazy.
But I think he already does such crazy numbers off streams. He's just like, why?
Gotta wait. Yeah, he gotta wait.
He gotta wait. He's so young, and I imagine you'll start seeing some people do that. You know.
You have to have a big catalog.
Yeah, I mean Nipsey did a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah,
like,
I saw.
He's the type of guy like we were just talking to my friend about doing some merch stuff. Like, you come buy this hoodie and you get like an unreleased song or something. Like just little stuff like that.
There's got to be creative ways to be able to. Yeah, that's true.
To build more relationship with fans, you know.
No,
I think that's the beauty of being independent and everything now.
And it seems like the experience. That's what it is. Like the whole experience of, like you just said, merch or meeting or meet and greet or whatever it is. One of the things I mentioned is when we went and saw Common, you know, he was doing a lot of that, which was real cool. And I know Jadena does a lot of that too. So it's powerful, man. It's powerful. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Man, ultimately, I think with Longhaul, we'd like to do, like for me, it'd be a dream to do like a joint venture with like an Interscope. You know, like the same way like Aftermath.
That'd be
did,
fire.
You know what I mean?
That'd be
something
fire.
like that. Like Jimmy Iovine is always someone I've looked at as just being like, you know, definitely a big figure in music and inspiring. Like I've got to meet him a couple times and.
Is he good people?
Yeah, he's very nice. Just kind of seemed like a regular guy. Hey, how you doing? You know?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, enjoy the party, whatever, you know. So
low key.
Yeah, but I know just an insane work ethic and very smart. He started out as an engineer and a producer, and you know the way he basically he signs producers. So to be an artist, sign to Interscope, you have to like sign through a producer. That's how like TDE got their deal, like as a joint. You know, it wasn't like I think they wanted to sign Kendrick, but it was like they signed TDE. So it was like J-Rock, Absol, Schoolboy, Kendrick, BJ the Chicago Kid, SZA, all under like TDE to Aftermath.
I didn't know that. So they're all under that umbrella. Okay, that's powerful.
And I would love to have a career similar to like Pharrell's. You know, where he's a songwriter, he's a producer, he has his artist stuff going. He's got a hit every year.
He showed up.
And like he's just doing his thing. Like he's in
I don't think he ever loses,
he's on TV, like he's respected, you know, I think, and he keeps it low key.
Yeah.
You know, like being all doing crazy stuff in the news and stuff. It's like I don't want to do that.
That's
good.
Chill. Man. Well, we're excited for your future, man.
Thanks, bro.
We appreciate you hanging out. We got to bring you back, man.
Absolutely, man.
So, yeah, anytime you want to come back, man, we with you, man. We support you, man. So, just mention some of your social media so everybody knows how to hit you.
Yeah, it's all at Mr. James Kaye. So, MrJamesKaye. Okay. Mr. James Kaye everywhere, Instagram, and you can just search whatever you listen to music on, James Kaye, James Kaye.
And then let's say they want to use your studio. How would they reach out for that?
Oh, yeah, just hit me directly on any socials or whatever, and we'll set something up. Yeah.
Perfect, man. Well, we appreciate you hanging out with us at the Take Exchange, man.
Absolutely.
So, and you'll see your episode at thevegascircle.com.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, and one more thing.
Of course,
I think, you know, like after doing the Dre's thing with Pauly and being, and you know, it's like, I think to any artist or to anyone out there, like doing their thing and going after their passion, it's like, you know, there's going to be lows.
Of course.
You know what I mean? There's going to be wins where you're like, damn, it's all happening right now.
Yep.
And then it might not. And so you had, like, what I've learned is like, just staying positive and riding out those lows and going to a new height, like that's what it's all about.
That's
especially
awesome,
when you're pursuing something like this. So.
Yeah, it makes sense. Hey, don't get too caught up on the lows, don't get too caught up on the highs.
Exactly, man. Low and slow.
Even kill.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, appreciate you, man. You got an exciting future, man.
Thank you, man.
Thanks,
Thank
brother.
You.